welcome back to the channel. Early this year, before building the 56 Ford, I wanted to build a 40 Ford. And I have about, let me think, I think I have 3 AMT kits on my stash. This one being the older example. And this one is kind of old, really old, but it is complete in the box, and even the decals are in great shape. Everything is here. It's the one molded in very light blue. I believe all you guys are familiar with it. At least you guys that are my age or older are familiar with it. And well, so you guys can see how things are, and once in a while things make that conspire in favor of us. I was wanting to build a 40 Ford, and I was with my heart kind of divided about breaking up one of my kits, because they are all vintage kits, and I really didn't want to build those vintage kits, at least not for a while. So I got from a friend a call, and he was selling some of his models, and he had a very nicely done sedan delivery, a 1940 Ford sedan delivery. In fact, I still have the body. Here's the body. This was his sedan delivery's body. But I didn't want a sedan delivery, I wanted a 40 Ford. So what I did was to take the entire sedan delivery apart, and using some spare 40 Ford parts from my parts box that included a body from another build kit I had bought years before, I was able actually to build a complete 1940 Ford, and didn't have to break any of my really old kits. And let me show you guys what I'm talking about. Here it is. Come on. Here she is. This Ford here used to be a sedan delivery. I'll post some pictures of how she used to look about now. Okay, so with that orange painted body that I had, I stripped that body, spent about a week fixing some of etching problems that body had because it was painted with a somewhat aggressive paint that I don't know what it was, and that paint had etched the plastic a little, and I had to do at least 3 primer surfacer applications to bring her back to a smooth condition. The hood and the fenders and the chrome are all stock, are all original parts from that sedan delivery. The chrome here on the fenders is not new because it was an old build-up, but it's still quite presentable. The headlight doors, I foiled them because they were the worst part of the chrome. And what else? Also the wheel covers, the hubcaps were also foiled, and the trim rings, I gave them a little touch up with that Molotov pen, and I followed that little touch up with a coat of Tester's acrylic clear to seal it, and that worked pretty nicely. The rear bumper is also stock, original. I didn't have a gas cap, so I stole one from my parts box. The license plate holder here on the back I had to scratch build because I didn't have one. The handle here is the same as the sedan delivery, at least on the AMT kits. The rear lights were foiled again because the old paint had yellowed the chrome. Don't ask me how. The tires are my own tires. I show you guys already. And they have the Firestone logo, so of course I won't be selling those because I don't want Firestone to come my way with a lawsuit or something like that. And all in all, I was able to build a fairly decent 1940 Ford out of one built up sedan delivery and one spare body and one spare interior tube. The dash is the same on the sedan delivery, and the steering wheel also is the same, and the front seat also is the same, so I used those parts from the sedan delivery. The engine is the one from the sedan delivery. I just repainted it. And here you have, oops, let's go. And here you have the engine. The battery is actually from Lindbergh 40 Ford, because the one on the sedan delivery had a few holes because my friend had installed battery cables, and I'm not much of a fan of installing cables or wires. Interior is stock 40 Ford Deluxe Business Coupe. in the stock color. I think by this side we can see the dash a little better. Let's take a look. Yeah. The front vent windows were made from acetate plastic, because the vent windows on the sedan livery are completely different from the ones AMT uses on the coupes. That's part of the windshield, and I really didn't want to mess with that, so I make my own. And on the 1940 Ford, there is no post here. What would be the post is actually part of the window glass, and it comes up with the window glass. When the window glass is down, you just see the glass here for the vent window, but no post. The underside, well, the underside is quite simplistic, actually. Oops. We had an accident. Hope everybody's well, if not seasick. Here is the underside. It's quite simplistic. It is the underside from the sedan livery, and I just repainted everything because it was painted shiny black, and I wanted kind of a semi-gloss, but it ended being too flat. Oh well, we'll have to live with that. Here I added a little extension to the exhaust pipe, just because. And I was tempted to add the secondary, the other side of the exhaust pipe. You know, those AMT kits have the option for you to run a dual exhaust setup, and I was really tempted to add the second exhaust, but at the end I decided not to, and stick to 100% factory stock. I think the overall looks of this model is, well, it's not a show model, that is for sure. It's a nice display model. If you want my opinion on it, it's a nice display model, but no showpiece by any stretch of the imagination. Well, none of my models are. I never built to take models to shows or something like that. I build them for me. And that's the reason I build the cars I build. Because what I build is what I like. I did some crazy stuff when I was young, and thank God I got rid of those. But now it's only factory stock. And this car, I made the usual custom license plate decals here from my town, Florianopolis. And you can actually choose the model year on your license plates. You just have to pay a little fee well, not so little, but you have to pay a fee. My 82 Ford has a license plate that reads 1982. And I'm pretty sure there is a car out there with this license plate. There is not a 40 Ford, but since this is a model, I don't care. And if you are from Brazil and your car has the 1940 plate, don't get offended. I also did, for this model, a custom decal for the original trunk emblem. And I don't know how well it will focus here because the surface is shiny. There you have it. And it was red for the deluxe models. And after building this one, I kind of got the 1940 Ford bug and decided to build another, but not from an AMT kit. And I decided to build another from the Revel kit or monogram kit, the 40 Ford Standard Coupe. And I never built a monogram 1940 Ford Standard Coupe, never. So it will be my first. But before that, I'll have to finish that 56 Ford that my cousin is desperate for me to build for him. Oh well, I think my 40 will have to wait, but I hope to finish her by the end of the year. And the 40 will be black, because the standard coupe you really had about what, 2-3 color choices, and all color choices on the standard coupe. On all color choices you had black wheels, so I think black will suit the car better because the wheels will be the same color as the car. And well, those cars were kind of made to be black, at least I think so. And what I forgot to talk about this car, oh, the paint is automotive enamel, like always. Buff to shine. And before painting the body, I stripped the old paint from the fenders and masked the running boards, because the running boards on the real car are rubber vulcanized to a steel backing plate, and that's not shiny. And if I painted the entire thing gloss black, some of that detail there would get lost. So I recommend, if you're building an AMT 40 Ford, to mask the running boards before painting the fenders, so you have a nicer detail afterwards on the running boards. I think the hardest thing about building this car was actually painting the inside of the roof and the windows. I don't know if you guys can see, but there is a maroon There's a maroon paint detail around all of the windows from the inside. That's present on the real car and was a pain. It was a pain to do. And this one is my, let's see, I have a black one I built more than 20 years ago that has the lowered front end and has dual exhaust. I have a mandarin maroon deluxe Tudor, and I have a mandarin maroon sedan delivery. So this is my fourth 1940 Ford AMT kit. Yeah, my fourth. And I even built a barn find 1940 Ford, combining parts from that hideous thing that is the Lindbergh kit and some leftover AMT parts, and did a barn find paint on that. And it was all brush painted and didn't result very well. But I needed something to do in an afternoon that I had absolutely zero to do. It was a weekend and it was raining like cats and dogs, so let's go modeling, right? Well, guys, thanks for watching again, and have a great week.